Turning back the clock, yesterday's heroes out to prove they still have it.
Take a look at me, I'm yesterday's hero. Yesterday's hero.
15 teams nominated for the Masters tournament, which is gaining in popularity.
It certainly created some interest, the Masters Rugby League. It's growing out of sight, like teams are just popping up everywhere now.
So many wanted to play for the young geriatrics that there was no room for one of Young's fitness fanatics in Nick Hall. Nick was forced to play for the far south coast, and his adopted teammates made him feel right at home.
Honestly, I wish he had to stay with Young because he was no good at all.
The battle of the codes proved interesting. The geriatrics rugby league side taking on the young Yabbies Grey Craze union team. 80% of the Yabbies players confessed they'd never even touched a league ball, but they did alright considering they were oblivious to the rules.
The referee kept saying to us that it's their game, we've got to play by their rules.
The geriatrics tried to hit back but ran out of momentum.
The moral of the game is that we don't keep a score, but walking up the sideline, the crowd certainly did, and it looks like that, to coin a pun, rugby was the winner on the day.
Predictably, injuries also won the day, with the old bodies struggling to cope. Organisers say the fun, casual weekend is the highlight of the year for many. It's easy to see why when those natural skills return. Ben Conkey, Win News. Water. These superboats can do 0 to 130 kilometres an hour in a tick over 2 seconds. The slightest touch on the steering wheel sends the craft hurtling around the corners.
We've got the same G-force as a Formula 1 car. We'll corner up to 4.5 Gs on a corner.
This weekend is the final round in the Australian Superboat Championships. The series is on a knife edge, so much so that they're calling it the race of the decade.
In the second class, we've got 5 boats separated by 5 points. Super boats have got separated by about 3 points, so it's going to be on for young and old this weekend.
Saturday we had a dash for cash, which this year everyone's been going out at the ball at the gate to try and to actually be there and win the dash for cash and prove how fast they are.
While the dash for cash is a crowd favourite, the drivers want to be consistent all weekend to make the final top 3 on Sunday. Phil Dixon's daughter, Brooke, has more than matched the men this season in the middle class. She's well in contention to take the title despite an indifferent beginning.
The start of the season, it was a bit of a slow start. We bluely ended up in the second round, so that put our points back a little bit.
To get a real feel of how fast these boats travel, I suited up, strapped on the helmet and awkwardly hopped in the navigator's seat.
If something happened and the boat rolled up on the water and you stuck upside down, we're all coming to get you because we're going to have people out there.
After that last-minute safety advice, we were ready to go.
Once you get around that first corner, you'll be in love with it.
I did make it around the first corner and the G-forces took hold. 2 laps of the Lake Centenary track that I'll never forget. Well, my fingers are still shaking. Just done a couple of laps. I reckon my heart rate's about 180. But Brooke, you reckon you go a lot faster than that?
Yeah, it was just a practice lap. It was our first time out at this track. You know, there's no safety crew out here. We don't want to do anything silly for the weekend, so we're just taking it nice and easy.
I'm glad they didn't do anything silly. It's going to be a great weekend. Look forward to it in tomorrow. Gates open at Lake Centenary's High-Tech Oils Park at 11 a.m. on Saturday and 10 a.m. on Sunday. Ben Conkey, Win News. Notched an historic first win on Saturday in the nation's capital. The timing couldn't have been better for Wagga City Council, which today officially adopted the Giants in a community partnership worth $300,000 over 3 years.
It puts Wagga Wagga on the map wherever GWS go in various places. Our name will be out there in certain instances.
We're delighted to form a partnership that will see the Giants engage with the community and with the council to deliver a whole range of programs.
Those programs include community academies and camps, guarantees of the GWS reserve grade side playing 1 match a year in Wagga, and a commitment to campaigning for a pre-season fixture at Robinson Oval to be played in 2013 and 2014.
That pre-season games, what that generates to the local economy is huge. You know, between motels, restaurants, service stations, the whole works, bringing people from outside the regional area into Wagga.
GWS has also worked to establish an Indigenous training camp, or using Robinson Oval as an academy of excellence, training juniors aged 12 to 18.
We can promote and develop the game, grow participation rates, identify some young talent to come through, so it really is an important region for the club.
It remains to be seen if the Wagga public will embrace GWS, but Council is hoping its investment reaps a giant reward. BJ Conkey, Win News. Approved for shopping centres at Coringal, South City and the CBD, there's a high degree of confidence in Wagga's retail sector.
The city has a strong retail sector, and that's evidenced by the large amount of current development that is occurring in the sector, and this includes $35 million of mill development, which includes a retail component.
The reliance on retail can't be understated.
Our retail sector actually services approximately 160,000 people and employs 3,000 people. That's about 10% of all jobs in our local economy.
While some local businesses like Mitre 10 are set to close, Wagga Council is confident there's enough reason for any new business to choose the city as a place to prosper.
As with any retail sector the size that we have in Wagga, we have a number of businesses opening and closing.
In big retail news, it's understood that Dexus Property Group is in the process of buying the Sturt Mall for more than $60 million. No one from the group was willing to comment on the sale today. It comes after the planning panel approved a $33 million expansion of the mall to include a larger floor space and underground parking. BJ Conkey, Win News.